Welcome to Platinum Northwest TV News. In the headlines tonight, Northwest Premier Lazarus Mokgosi prepares to launch a poverty alleviation program, and the Northwest Department of Community Safety and Transport Management hosts a transport forum. Also tonight, President Cyril Ramaphosa warns AfriForum against sowing divisions in South Africa. In the business news, Cabinet sets a new date for the budget speech. And in the sports, Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns coaches share their thoughts on their upcoming game. Good evening and welcome to Platinum Northwest TV News with me, Boitumelo Monare. First tonight, the Northwest Premier Lazarus Mokgosi is preparing to launch a program which is centered on addressing hunger and starvation amongst children and youth in disadvantaged communities. The Premier spoke on the program at the State of the Province address in Mahikeng yesterday. The Premier also stated that the Northwest was the first province to introduce breakfast in 300 schools across the province, supporting learners through the National School Nutrition Program. Now here is the Premier as he delivered his speech.
On Monday, Madam Speaker, next week, I will be launching a flagship program of this initiative at the University Molelwane Farm in Mahikeng. In the next financial year, we will launch the Ntime Umphele Ngwana Poverty Alleviation Program, which is centered on addressing hunger and starvation amongst children and youth in economically depressed communities. I want to urge various non-governmental organizations and private sector to partner with us in executing this initiative. Honorable Speaker, we were the first province to introduce breakfast in 300 schools across the province to cushion learners in impoverished communities against high poverty levels in their communities through the National Schools Nutrition Program, NSNP. We can report to the people of the Northwest that breakfast will now be rolled out to cover all secondary schools, while the number of primary schools benefiting from this initiative will be increased from 272 to 350. This means that government will serve 2 meals per day in all these schools. This includes Bonwakhogo Primary School in Chaneng, Dr. Mohono, in Rustenburg, Gaecho Secondary School in Equateur, Ditsobotla, Saruchera Primary School in Huhudi, and Moken Secondary School in Kanana, Orkney. For the next financial year, more than 690 million rands will be allocated to NSNP to feed more than 750,000 learners in more than 1,300 schools in the province. The monthly stipend that we pay to food handlers will be increased to 2,190 rands. Honorable Speaker, through the Ilima Letsema program and the presidential employment stimulus, we are supporting over 5,000 subsistence farmers in ensuring that no household in the province go to bed hungry. 60 million rands has been set aside for the successful implementation of these programs.
Now, one of the many issues that the province struggles with is secure and efficient transport, particularly scholar transport. To find solutions, the Department of Community Safety and Transport hosted the 4th Quarter Provincial Transport Forum in the Boitumelo Platinum District. It was chaired by the Acting Director, Mr. Boitumelo. The forum provides a platform for municipalities and transport stakeholders to deliberate and share ideas. Molotsi emphasized the department's commitment to enhancing transportation infrastructure and safety. Now, at the event, he also highlighted the forum's role in fostering collaboration among stakeholders to develop effective solutions for the province's transport challenges. We go now to Johannesburg, where President Cyril Ramaphosa has warned AfriForum against creating divisions in the country by seeking intervention from United States government on South African policies. Speaking on the sidelines of the Education Lekgotla in Johannesburg, the president responded to reports that AfriForum and other groups had met with U.S. representatives.
Well, I do believe, I've heard that AfriForum and Solidarity have met representatives in the U.S. government, and they're doing precisely what we said we as South Africans should not do. We should stop running to other countries. We should discuss our own problems here and find solutions. And that in many ways confirms our own sovereignty. It confirms our standing as a free and independent nation. A nation that can stand proud amongst many other nations and being able to say, we can solve our own problems. We may differ here, but we will find solutions to whatever problems we have. And we have the wherewithal to be able to do that. So I would say we stay here, we solve our problems here, and we embrace one another, and we build a nation.
With that, let's now get the international headline. We go now to the DRC, where local health authorities reported on Thursday that at least 50 people had died this month from an unidentified illness. Now, in the province of Equateur, a total of 943 people have fallen ill, 52 of whom have died. Symptoms of the unknown disease include fever, fatigue, vomiting, and weight loss. This is according to Diodon Mwamba, the Director General of the National Institute of Public Health. Now, World Health Organization experts are intensifying disease surveillance, conducting interviews with community members in order to gather relevant background information and provide treatment for various diseases, including malaria and meningitis. Well, that's it for this international news. Stay with us as we get the business news. In business news, government is confident that Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana will table the budget on the 12th of March. The tabling of the budget by the Finance Minister was postponed last week due to political differences on the proposed VAT increase. The minister briefed the media on the issue.
The annual budget is tabled by the Minister of Finance, but it requires the deliberations of the Cabinet before it is tabled in the National Assembly. Cabinet considered that although the tabling of the 2025 budget was scheduled for release at 2 p.m. on the 19th of February, a postponement is needed to allow for further deliberations to take place on the budget. Cabinet is united in the view that the budget must strike a balance between the interests of the public, economic growth, and fiscal sustainability. Furthermore, budget is produced and presented before the National Assembly according to rules outlined in the Public Finance Management Act. Section 27 of the Public Finance Management Act requires that the annual budget be tabled prior to the start of the financial year or, in exceptional circumstances, on a date as soon as possible after the start of the financial year, as the Minister of Finance may determine. Therefore, further discussion in Cabinet will take place in preparation for a new or amended budget to be tabled on the 12th of March 2025.
Now, this year's budget proposed an increase of VAT from 15% to 17% to raise the additional 58 billion rand in revenue. Now, Minister in the Presidency Khumbudzo Ntshavheni addressed the media in Cape Town yesterday.
The Bloomberg question on the approach. So the 12th of March is cast in stone. That's what the Speaker has announced. And she has announced that with the confirmation of Cabinet. And market-sensitive information will remain market-sensitive information. Yes, the budget is the budget of cabinet, but the responsibility to table that budget, it's that of the Minister of Finance as assigned by the PFMA. As we have indicated, as cabinet we are engaging, and there's a timeline that we need to comply with, and we are going to comply with to conclude the budget process within the mandate of cabinet and allow the Minister of Finance to be responsible for the matters that relate to his responsibility as Minister of Finance. And rumors of contestation, they are just that, rumors, because in cabinet we don't have political parties and we don't have people representing their political parties. We've got members of cabinet appointed by the President of the Republic who serve at the pleasure of the President of the Republic as prescribed by the President's Act that allows him to appoint members of the cabinet to act collectively within cabinet, and that has been made clear to say nobody is bringing a party jacket. We are there to represent the interests of all South Africans. There's a mechanism that has been put in place that we are going, so that you don't have rumors. We are meeting again on there's a special cabinet on next week Monday, because you like to peddle and create as if it's part of that process to finalize our part as cabinet and our input as cabinet to then allow the Minister of Finance to do his part. So there are no rumors that you peddle, hey, it means there's no agreement, whatever. No, it's part of the process to say, because even when we've discussed, somebody has to go crunch the numbers and come back and say, what does this look like? What does it mean? So don't do peddle rumors. We're going to meet next week, Monday, to finalize our inputs to the Treasury so that we allow the Minister of Finance and the Treasury team space to do what they're required to do as provided for in the law.
With that, stay with us as we wrap up with the sports. In soccer news tonight, Kaizer Chiefs head coach Nasruddin Nabi is confident that his team can win the upcoming game against Mamelodi Sundowns. He attributed the first defeat to bad luck and the second to player fatigue as Chiefs played Sundowns at the FNB Stadium just 3 days after a tough draw against Magesi in Polokwane. On the other hand, Sundowns coach Miguel Cardoso expects a competitive Betway Premiership match this Saturday, dismissing fears that the game will be one-sided. As we take a look at some Betway Premiership fixtures for this weekend, on Saturday, the 1st of March, Magesi FC will take on SuperSport United at 3:30 p.m. at the Seshego Stadium in Petersburg. Mamelodi Sundowns will face down Kaizer Chiefs at 3:30 p.m. at the Lucas Moribe Stadium. TS Galaxy goes against Golden Arrows at 5:30 p.m. at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit. On Sunday, the 2nd of March, Amazulu FC will go against Cape Town City at 3:30 p.m. at the King Goodwill Zwelithini Stadium. This while the game between Sekhukhune United and Royal AM has been postponed. Now looking at the log, Mamelodi Sundowns sits at the top with 51 points, followed by Orlando Pirates with 36 points on the second spot. The third spot is Sekhukhune United with 31 points. On spot number 4, we have Polokwane City with 30 points. And sitting on the fifth spot is Stellenbosch FC with 27 points. Well, that was your Platinum Northwest TV News Friday night broadcast. We will be back again on Monday. Until then, good night.